Welcome back to the Purdue Softball Show. I'm Cory Palm with head coach Maggie Frezzotti as we talk about the Boilermakers Week 2. Had to be frustrating. Had to be really frustrating down in Tampa. You guys go 2-0, which is awesome. We'll talk about those games in depth, but it was rainy the whole time, and that cost you a chance at 3 more games. Just the overall, what's that like to sit through 2 days of rain?
I mean, you name it, right? It's frustrating more than anything, but at the same time, it's something that we deal with. We're an outdoor sport, and we're a spring sport. They say that if you don't want rain, you got to go to Arizona or Vegas. Everywhere else, there is a chance that it's going to rain. So not ideal, and like you said, 3 games that we lost the opportunity to compete and for players to get some playing time. But overall, the team handled it with a lot of grace and a lot of patience, and like it was a lot easier to handle it because of how much positivity there was around the team, even with the circumstances that we didn't want.
That's really awesome. Anything unique that you guys did to pass the time?
I know some things were going on in the dugout when we were delayed there. I don't know. I know Rachel did some things with the who shouldn't be on aux duty, and I don't know. They were having a good time. I was just ready to advocate for the team if it came down to that, and kind of trying to make some decisions in case we got a chance to play. But
Well, you did get to play 2 games on Friday. 2 great wins. Really, I think kind of showed some things about this team. You probably learned some things about this team again on Friday. We'll start with the 2-0 win over UIC. Illinois, Chicago. Julia Gossett, great performance, goes the distance. And you had an opportunity or two to maybe give her the hook and didn't. We'll get into that in a minute. First 5 innings, you guys strand 10 runners. And again, in the dugout, it's just got to be like maddening. We got to push something across here, right?
Well, first, J. Moy was safe. We had the feeling she was safe. We went back and watched, but again, umpires are part of the game too, and sometimes things don't go your way. But we just feel like we're hitting the ball well. It's just going right at people, right? So although it's frustrating in the moment, when we take a step back and look at it, we feel like we're like this close to like just bust it open and go from 2 runs to maybe 10 runs.
Right.
And as long as we're hitting the ball hard, we feel like we're winning the at-bat. Where we hit it, it's a little bit more challenging to control. Some elite players can do that. I don't think we're there yet. We just feel like we're close. And we talked before the game, right? Like we always want to approach every single game trying to figure out how the game is going to develop and how is it that this specific game, how we're going to win it. And we say that if we can score 25, we're going to score 25. But if we have to just hold until we can push 1 or 2, we're going to do that. Because the most important thing is that we take the down. And they did that. So it was great.
That's absolutely what happened. Bottom of the 6th, you start off, Chloe gets a walk to start. Then Mariah reaches on a fielder's choice. And then you execute a double steal. Go from first and second to second and third.
Yep.
And then Sage comes through with the big hit to knock in a run. Jordan Ramos knocks in a run, and boom, you're up 2-0.
That's right.
with a couple singles, a couple steals, some really, really timely offense.
Yep.
Top of the 7th, UIC goes back out, get a 1-out single. And here's where I'm wondering, 1 out, it looks like now 2 base runners on. Why'd you stick with Julia?
She was competing, right? And during the warm-up, she communicated that she didn't feel her best. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to let her go out there and compete, because when I watched her playing travel before she got here, that was the one thing that I loved the most about her, that she always competed. And we have a good defense, so I have a lot of faith in them. It's not just who is throwing the pitch, but the ability of us playing 9 versus 1, in that case 9 versus 3. I just knew that she was going to give me quality competition, and that we had 8 people behind her that could also take care of it.
And they did just that. A single to center field, and Mariah comes up gunning, sets down the runner at home for the second out to keep that 0 on the board. You guys close it out for the 2-0 victory over the Flames of Illinois, Chicago. And I wasn't there. I wish I had been there, because there's, center field to home plate, punch-outs are super
It's fun.
exciting.
Yeah.
Had to be a great moment to end that game on and really sort of carry some momentum forward, I would think.
Absolutely. And UIC is a good team. They finally got their first win, I think maybe Friday or the next day, but they have been in every single game they play so far. So a lot of respect in that sense that they were fighting and they were going to fight and they were going to try to figure it out. So yeah, definitely big win there.
You guys found yourself in another fight in the nightcap on Friday against the host South Florida team. 4-3 win for your Boilermakers. Another come from behind, dramatic sort of a situation. You're getting good on this drama thing. They take a lead early. You guys get 2 back and go up 2-1 in the third. South Florida with 2 in the bottom of the fourth, so it's 3-2 heading into the sixth inning. The seventh inning. Go to the seventh. Kendall Bailey, a leadoff. Unreal. Pitch hitting leadoff.
Yep.
Smacks a double,
Yep.
then steals third. Kiara Dillon walks, then steals second. Those are the only 2 we've talked about steals. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. Those are the only 2 stolen bases of that game, and they happen to come at the top of the seventh with the 2 most important base runners of the day. What I imagine you're calling
Not much.
signals.
I don't think there's
You don't
much
think
going
much?
on here because I keep saying that my beginner's luck at some point is gonna just end, but I'm riding it. So far, so good.
Polar flies out to left, not deep enough to push a run across. The fact that it's in left, the fact that it's shallow, that's a bad break. But you go for another pinch hitter. Ryan Ross comes in, and she sends a ball to right, gets it done, reaches on an error. Bailey scores to tie it up. Jade Moy comes in, and she does hit one deep enough to execute the sac fly, 4-3, and you Boilermakers take the lead in the top of the seventh with 2 runs, and we go to the bottom of the seventh. 1 on, 2 outs. You pull Jules Raymond, who'd been good in relief, and you bring Julia Gossett back in for that all-important strikeout to end the game. She gets her first save of the season. You guys get your 5th win of the season, and it just, Maggie, from a layperson's perspective, every single string you pulled as the manager of this team seems to be working out right now. Whether it be pinch hit,
Thank you.
steals, changing pitchers, not changing pitchers. How much confidence do you have in everybody on the roster to do what needs to be done?
All of it. And I'll tell you that. I can make all these decisions, and if they don't step it up and do it, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So, yes, it's working thanks to their ability to execute and show up, and they want to win. And it's so much fun to coach them that way. And, yes, I put one in and hits a double. It makes me look good. Great. But at the end of the day, that's what the team needed, and she did it for the team. Another thing that we have talked about, we don't have captains, right? And a little bit of the conversation that we had is that we believe that leadership is not a stationary, it's not a one-time and done thing. It's a dynamic role. The team is going to need for different people to step up and lead in different situations. And I feel like, one and again, in those 7 games that we played so far, different people have stepped it up and say, I got you guys, follow my lead, I know how to do this. So that, as a coach, is it's exciting. Number one, it's fun to watch. But it's easier for me to make those tough decisions because I know that they're gonna show up and do it.
It shows out too, and we talk about last weekend and this weekend and 5 or 6 different individuals who step up, like you say, and whether it be Jade or Ryan Ross in a pinch hit situation. Sage is hitting almost over 500 on the year in 6 starts. I mean, Chloe Banks and Kiara Dillon, and the names go on and on. Another one that's really having fantastic freshman year is Julia Gossett, 3-0, 16 innings, 1 earned run, and she's got a save. Did you expect these kinds of performances from her being a freshman coming into her first year?
Honest answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. She's good. I'm telling you, I watched her travel ball, and she's a competitor. And people that want to win and want to compete, they always find a way.
Get a chance to find a way this week, and you head down to Central Arkansas for games against South Dakota State, Central Arkansas, and Southern Illinois. If nothing else, the weather looks to be a little bit better. The travel is going to be interesting. You guys fly down to Arkansas. What are you looking for? Obviously, 5 wins, of course. But what are you hoping to see this weekend?
I'm hoping to see us finding those holes that we haven't found yet that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I feel we're hitting them hard. We just need to catch a little bit of a break so we can get more momentum. I'm looking forward to scoring more runs. But again, if we need to score 1 run each game and that's going to be enough to win, I'm going to be happy. Because change takes time, right? Like, and we're still in that process of understanding what this new way of playing and a new way of thinking looks like, and we're winning doing that. So I'm hoping that we can score more runs because that's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just 5 games. Let's go compete.
I love it. I love it. All right, we're going to close out the show with Let's Meet Maggie. Got people talking last week, your meet party. Pick a number 1 through 10.
1 through 10, 5.
Number 5, best dessert you've ever had.
Oh, best dessert.
It's always food, it seems like.
I don't know why tiramisu keeps showing up, and I haven't had it many times. But the few times that I had it is, I love a good cheesecake too. In case I can do like A answer and B.
Yep. That's totally allowed. You can even get some places a tiramisu cheesecake. I think.
Well, then I need to go there then.
You should go there. I love tiramisu. That's a great one. Because it was a shorter answer today, give me another number between 1 to 10. Number 3, coolest place you've ever visited.
Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay. When was that?
2011.
Okay.
Yep.
Playing?
No, there was
vacation?
there was a U19 World Championship World Cup going on there, and they were looking for volunteers to help with the logistics and organization and that type of thing. And they gave you like you could stay at the hotel and they fed you and all those things. You just needed to buy your ticket. So my friend and I went, and we were like translators. We didn't do much. We were just there with the team, helping them in any capacity they needed. But it was fun.
That's very
fun.
Great experience. What specifically about Cape Town?
I don't know. It's just the history of walking the streets and really I don't know how to explain. You could feel what had happened there and the overcoming history of their culture and their society. And it's absolutely gorgeous too. Yeah.
That's awesome. Maggie, we'll leave it there. Good luck in Arkansas.
Thank you, Cory.
And we'll join